The last time I stepped out of my comfort zone is when I trained for a half marathon in Boston. Well, I didn't end up doing it, but I did step out of my comfort zone, kind of trying to commit to it. I was running more than I ever thought I could possibly run. So I learned something about myself that I was disciplined enough to stick to something.
As of 5 or 6 months ago, I quit my office job. And now I'm working at a restaurant and just trying to make ends meet and live just kind of a more relaxed, comfortable life. I think I'm learning how to really budget myself and, I don't know, get a little more out of my comfort zone in terms of finding ways to make money and, make ends meet.
I leapt out of my comfort zone when I did a polar bear plunge. So literally I went from, into complete discomfort as I jumped into the icy cold lake. I learned that jumping into absolutely freezing water isn't that big a deal.
I venture outside my comfort zone pretty often. I live on the edge. I'm always doing something crazy. So essentially, I have no comfort zone because I'm always testing the limits and going outside the box. That's important to me because it keeps me limitless. It keeps my ideas free, and it keeps me involved in things that I wouldn't normally do. And it allows me to test something to see if I like it, and then I can always say that I tried it. It's like an adventure.
Well, I'm not much of a dancer, so I recently started taking a belly dancing class, which is way out of my comfort zone. I'm not a very good dancer. That's what I'm learning.
I fished on an Alaskan salmon seining vessel last summer. I decided to take a chance and go live on a 46-foot boat with 4 other dudes and fish all summer. I kind of learned that I can rely on myself in very stressful situations to perform.
Last January, I went down to Peru on a humanitarian mission. We did a lot of, did medical clinics and built a community center. Fear shouldn't stop you from doing things because you can do a lot of great things if you just overcome your fears.
The last time I can remember venturing outside of my comfort zone was probably about 3 years ago. I was in South Korea and my landlord asked me to go to church with her. I'm not religious. I don't usually go to churches. They just said hi, where are you from? I'm from the U.S. What are you doing here in Korea? It's just basically daily people exchanges. So there was nothing really religious that got pushed on me. So yeah, and that's how I got back in my comfort zone, and it was all right after that.
When I applied to do some volunteer teaching in a high school, to be able to step into a high school that's not a high-end high school, it's kind of a rough high school, it's some disadvantaged kids, that was really outside of my comfort zone. I learned it's never as bad as you imagine it's going to be. I learned that judging people is one of the biggest problems that our society has, and when you discover something that is opposite of maybe what you thought it was initially, or a kid that may look really intimidating is actually a real sweetheart, there's something that kind of changes inside of you. A little cog inside of you changes, and your perception of things change along with it.